Hello, everybody. This is Todd Shell with Troop 82 in Fairfield, and I'm here to host your Pomperaug District Roundtable General Session today. Today, we will cover some upcoming programs. We'll talk about some summer camp opportunities for both Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA. We have some different training opportunities for our leaders, as well as a few fundraisers. And then we'll talk a bit about other things coming up with the roundtable that you'll be seeing this time. First of all, upcoming programs. Registration is open right now for our Pomperaug District Pinewood Derby Championship. That's going to be in Saturday, April 22nd in Stratford. The registration is open right now on ConnecticutYankee.org. You can find a link right in the latest Pomperaug post that came to your email. And PAX will be able to nominate scouts across all their different ranks to participate in the championship. Also, we have a Scouting for Food drive coming up soon in Stratford on March 11th and 18th, 11th for the drop-off and 18th for the pickup. If you're interested in participating in this, please contact Larry Cento at the email that you see here on the screen. You could also find information on that in the Pomperaug post. Registration is not open yet, but just want to make sure you save the date for our 36th annual CYC Fishing Derby. That's going to be up at Deer Lake Scout Reservation on April 15th. We have two different sessions. The morning session starts at 8, afternoon session starts at 1:30 with a meal served beforehand. Fees for that was going to be $25 per fisher. And then if you are not going to be fishing that day, it's $10 to participate in the meal. So registration on that coming soon. And finally, for our Scouts BSA, we will have our Pomperaug Scouts BSA Spring Camporee. That's going to be the weekend of May 19th to 21st. So keep that date open there. More details soon on the exact location and all the other details for the Camporee will be coming soon. So keep an eye out. Summer camp. So the summer camp season's kicked off. We just recently had our Camp Sequoian kickoff there. But we do also have a couple programs for our Cub Scout packs to want you to save the date for. Details on these camps will be coming soon, but want to make sure you get it on your schedule. We'll have a family camp at Hoyt Scout Reservation in Reading, July 14th to 16th. Another family camp at Camp Sequoian in New Hartford, August 18th to the 20th. Both of those events are open to the whole family. So if you have scouts as well as other siblings and parents, all invited to participate there in the fun. And then we have a Weeblo specific camping opportunity at Camp Sequoian, July 23rd to the 26th. There will be some limited availability for that due to it will be our main summer camp for Scouts BSA as well, but a great opportunity for Weeblos to kind of see what goes on in the summer camp experience. For Scouts BSA, I mentioned we have our resident camp at Camp Sequoian, 6 different weeks, starting June 25th, running until August 5th. And along with that, 3 different Eagle weeks in the last half of the summer, weeks 4, 5, and 6. Eagle Week is a great opportunity for your Star and Life Scouts to get those last requirements ready to advance up to Eagle. Great opportunity to get all those required merit badges, or at least some of them there. There is some prerequisites, so definitely make sure you check that out and have the information to share with your older scouts. And then also the National Jamboree is this summer. This is an event that only happens once every 4 years, and it is this year in July 19th to the 28th out in West Virginia at the Summit Petrel Reserve. All the information is on the website. Definitely get on that soon if you are looking to participate. There's a lot that goes into prepare for that, but it is an absolutely wonderful experience to meet scouts from around the country and even around the world. So definitely look out for that. Training opportunities. We have a lot of great training opportunities here for adult leaders. First and foremost, the University of Scouting is returning for the first time in 4 years. This is learning and discussions for all adult leaders, whether you're a Cub Scout leader, a Scouts BSA leader, or venturing explorers. Everybody has something to learn from this. And that is going to be taking place March 19th, starting at 8:30 a.m. at the Easton Country Day School. It's going to run until 4:30. There's 6 different classes that you can sign up for there. If you can't make the whole day, and you can only make part of it, still worthwhile to register. The cost is only $15 for that, but you will need to provide your own lunch. But a great opportunity to learn from experienced leaders, meet other leaders, and get some great ideas for your program. And then another big training opportunity is Wood Badge, which is the BSA's best leadership training. That is going to be taking place over 2 weekends in August 25th to 27th in Camp Sequoias, and September 29th to the 30th at the Hoyt Scout Reservation in Reading. I went through the program this year. It was an awesome program with some fantastic scouters putting it on. You'll definitely get a lot out of it. So definitely, if you have more questions, reach out to many of the leaders at the district. We'd be happy to tell you more. And I guess there'll be some sessions as well at University of Scouting if you're interested to learn more on that. We also have some different required trainings for leaders. We have the Baloo training, the basic adult outdoor orientation. That's a Cub Scout pack requirement for any outdoor activities. There has to be somebody Baloo trained if you're going to do a camp out, an overnight camp out. And this is a great opportunity. We have our next session coming up in June, June 3rd. With an overnight camping at the Hoyt Scout Reservation. So definitely check that out. And then for leaders and Scouts BSA, we have the Introduction to Outdoor Leader Skills. This is a required course for Scoutmasters and highly encouraged for Assistant Scoutmasters. That's going to be taking place May 20th, and then with an overnight into the 21st, also at the Hoyt Scout Reservation. I'll be there. Join me. And then also we have some other leadership opportunities with the Powderhorn. This is a program that's only held once every few years. It's a high adventure training. So if you're interested in bringing your Scouts BSA troop on a high adventure outing, in the future, this is a great opportunity to sample some of the different things, learn a lot about the safety and how to run the program. Overall, a great course, and for what I heard, a lot of fun as well. So that's at Camp Sequoias in next September. And then finally, we have our National Youth Leadership Training. This is a course for our older scouts, Scouts BSA scouts, and that's going to be taking place in August 12th to the 17th. It's almost like a Wood Badge type course for the scouts. It really learns how they can be better leaders, and upcoming senior patrol leaders in your unit be well served to go through this to really help get the most out of your program. More details on the location and costs will be coming soon, but definitely save the date, with your scouts that are interested in that. Fundraising. So we do have a unit fundraiser that is coming very soon. With that, we do our popcorn fundraiser in the fall. I know there's a lot that goes on at that point in terms of recruiting and getting ready for Recharter and all that. And sometimes, it's tough to fit in a fundraiser with that. If you missed out on that opportunity, this is a fantastic opportunity to get more funds to help run your program. So we'll be selling, the council will be sponsoring this, and there'll be Connecticut Yankee Council Scout branded coffee, maple syrup, and hot sauce available. You can get any of those products or all of them if you want to do any local sales. It's a great opportunity there. No upfront cost to the units, and some really great profit margins on that as well. And if you just want to test it out, see how well things go, you can always order more. It's not like the popcorn where you make that initial order and that's kind of what you're stuck with. And you can't get anything more. Here, there's a lot more opportunities with that. So I definitely encourage units to check that out if they want to, enhance the funds that they have to run the operations. And then as far as a fundraiser for the council, we have our big game dinner coming up at the Deer Lake Dining Hall. That's going to be March 4th, 5:30 to 9. It'll be in Deer Lake in Killingworth, and it's a $50 entrance fee, but you get all sorts of different game and different great eats, and then so there's different auctions and other things going on. It's a lot of fun, so definitely consider checking that out. And that concludes the main portion of all of our announcements, but the roundtable will continue. Following this discussion, I'm going to be joined by Mike Allen from Troop 82 to talk about our membership minute, so with some different practices on what their troop does to recruit new scouts and transitioning Webelos. We have a Cub Scout breakout. That's a separate video that's hosted by Nathan Schindler, who is our district commissioner, and he's talking with Seth Stroiker from PAC 261 in Trumbull, getting some tips for den leaders. So definitely check that out if you are a Cub Scout den leader or Cub Master, looking for some ideas to help out your den leaders. And as far as our Scouts BSA, we have a separate video for there. It is a Train the Trainer for Scouts, so giving some tips to help your youth leaders best train their younger scouts. So definitely check that out to get some tips for there. Our next roundtable will be taking place on March 14th, and there will be some best practices in recruiting. The roundtable will be in person at the First Presbyterian Church in Fairfield, Connecticut, starting at 7:30 p.m. So make sure to join us for that if you're looking for some more opportunities to, learn some other recruiting tips kind of going into the spring recruiting season. And then if you are a Cub Scout leader, we will be doing a live Zoom Q&A with myself and other experienced former or current Cub leaders. If you have questions on some ideas for trips, or for your blue and gold, or your Pinewood Derby, or anything else that you've got going on, we're kind of hosting an open Q&A and sharing ideas. So you'll get a opportunity to register for that. With the email that came out with this link, you'll see a link to register for that session as well. That'll be taking place February 28th. 7:30 to 8:15. So if you're able to, please join us for that, just to help do some great discussion, share some ideas, and help strengthen our Cub programs. Just want to give one last thank you to our roundtable presenters, Mike Allen, who you'll see in a moment, Seth Stroiker, and Jeff Glanz for that Scouts BSA presentation. And thank you for watching here today. And make sure to, if you haven't already, please make sure to click on that registration link. Let us know you watched the video and what you think about us presenting the information for our roundtable in this format, and what you'd like to see in the future. So thank you very much. Hi, everyone. For this month's Pomparog Membership Minute, we are happy to be joined by Mike Allen, who is the committee chair at Troop 82 in Fairfield. Welcome, Mike.
Welcome. Glad to be here.
Thanks for joining us here. And so we just wanted to have you kind of give us a little bit of insight as to what Troop 82 does to help recruit new scouts, and as well as transition over Webelos into the troop.
Great. Well, so I've been involved with the troop for about 10 years. My son's now a senior in college, but I continue to help out. And when I joined 10 years ago, our troop was very large. We had well over 90 kids in it, and there wasn't much thought about recruiting. We had more than enough. And but as the years went by, our total numbers came down, and we started kind of leaning into reaching out to the Cub Scout packs and getting involved with them at the den chief level, offering up scouts to come in and help with meetings, and then trying to be a part of their blue and gold dinners, such that, again, we would have a representative scout. Maybe the scoutmaster would come in and give a quick pitch for Troop 82. The other thing we did every year was in October, we would set up an open house Saturday afternoon, invite people to come out, see our scout hall, meet the scoutmaster, meet some of the other scouts, get a tour of the patrol rooms, and kind of talk about the program. Mr. Leclerc, our scoutmaster, would show a slideshow showing activities throughout the year. and just giving a sense of what the program was about, and then finishing up with, hey, here are applications, and let us know if you'd like to come to a meeting. Um, the other thing we do with and I believe it's a scout requirement, is to bring a friend to a meeting. One thing I think everyone it resonates with everyone. If a scout has a buddy of his in the troop, just one, it makes a world of difference in terms of them connecting with the program and having fun, and just keeping them involved. And it's a way of kind of organically growing the troop with somebody who, with somebody's friend, and that makes sense to have them involved. The other thing that happens throughout the year is we often get a number of walk-ins. These are, curiously, during the pandemic, we had quite a few families reaching out and looking for something for their son or daughter, or for their son to do, and connecting with the troop that way. So we make sure that we're attentive to that. In fact, I had an email today from somebody who'd been referred to us, and I made sure we responded promptly and made an invitation to our weekly meeting so they can get a sense, again, what we do at the open house, meet our scoutmaster, meet the other scouts, get a tour of Scout Hall, and a sense of kind of what we do and what we're about and how much fun the program could be. The other question I mentioned, we did an open house in October. That's kind of by design in terms of looking at the calendar. We kind of make that presentation after back to school is done and before the holidays kick in, and trying to seed the idea, especially with Weebelow's Arrow of Light Scouts, that they'd be contemplating joining a troop in the following year. The idea being that when their blue and gold dinner comes along the following March or April, that they've already been thinking about Troop 82, and hopefully we can get them enrolled at that point. And enrolled such that they can be a part of our summer camp program in July. So giving mom and dad plenty of time to kind of pencil that into the calendar, so that not only will they join the troop, but that they would join the troop in time to become comfortable enough to go to summer camp. Summer camp being super important in terms of retention. According to our Scoutmaster Emeritus, Joe File, if a kid had gone to summer camp, he's 4 times more likely to be with the troop a year later. So we make that an important part of the program. And that kind of in a nutshell is how we recruit and how we keep filling the leaky bucket.
I know that's an issue with a lot of troops these days, and good to see all the different things that 82 does. Is there anything that you feel that really makes 82 kind of stand out as a great troop?
Well, I think we're one of the older troops in town. Our start date goes back to 1924, so we're coming up on our centennial here. Also, we have our own dedicated space in the basement of First Church Congregational across from Town Hall here in Fairfield. And that's a pretty special place. It's, memorabilia going back into the 50s, 40s, even the 30s. And there's a great sense of history. I mean, we have pictures of scouts in the troop in 1942. And what's funny is they look exactly the same today, just slightly different clothes. So it's
That's
the
right.
same goofy 14-year-olds that were out then, actually as old as my dad, but we've got a great set of adult leaders who really actively help the troop. As much as Boy Scouts is a boy-led activity, it is obviously important to have committed adult leaders to not only help with the organization, but help on trips, campouts, activities. It's a very narrow window. Somebody had explained to me years ago that you have with your son. It's probably like 4 or 5 years there, and they go by in the blink of an eye. So to be able to do something with your scout campouts and activities is better than going to a sporting event, better than going to a movie, better than going to a concert. It's something you're doing together. You're outdoors. It's a memorable occasion, and I think it's what makes our troop pretty special.
That's great to hear. No, excellent to hear everything going on with Troop 82, and one of the bigger and great programs that we have here in Pampero District. Anything else you'd like to add for the people of Cub Scouts coming up? Looking at troops, just anything about the scouting experience and why they should really continue on past Cub Scouts?
Yeah, the scouts will tell you as Cub Scouts are something that mom and dad do for you. But when you get to junior high, it's like, hey, we're turning around and handing them the shovel and saying, you got to, it's time for you to get to work. And it becomes much more, in a way, more serious. I don't want to overstate that, but it's a much more involved program. I think it's a lot more rewarding for the kids. There's a great sense of accomplishment that you can achieve through the rank advancement, through earning merit badges. Um, in a way that you don't get from really anything else. You don't get that from sports. I mean, you have a sense of teamship, team membership when you're playing sports, which is important. But with scouts, you have that on top of the advancement and the self-esteem that builds. And yeah, it's a meaningful program that I think resonates with a lot of kids.
All right, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time here, Mike. I definitely appreciate it, and hopefully you will hear more from all the great things going on with 82 and Pop Rock here soon. Yes, please.
I gotta say, I look forward to hearing this version from the other troops. I think we can do more to learn from each other all the time, and I look forward to hearing what they have to offer.
Absolutely. I think everyone's got a good different perspectives, and just learning from that, I think, is can help everybody out. I definitely agree with that. Okay, well, thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you. Bye, guys.